delivered a mura og request to kanang evacuate the facility or the building kay human naman ang joint venture agreement. And then we gave them mga 3 days man siguro, and then until now they're still there. So now kanang instead of asking them again to move out, mas mayo nga we will take kanang legal action lang, and then just make it peaceful lang as much as possible. So I think we need to ask from the capital to give us a certificate to file action siguro, but we will have to submit the relevant documents to them, and then before they can issue the certificate to file action. And then after that, muna na yun, file like ejection case siguro, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. Nothing about politics yun it's really just about kanang water service here in Borbon. Kay if kanang most people don't know, ang Borbon grabe kayo water good, kanang source of water ba, like we have like hundreds of kanang mga unsay tawagan natin, holes, water sources. We have rivers, and then spring. It's such a shame mga among mga balay di wala tubig. So I've always questioned lang yun since I was younger pa nga, ano pirmi magid mi di kaligo diri dili hakot-hakot. So now finally more gina sir, and then also the people here have always complained about kanang water gid.
So kaning SAVS, panahon pa ning former Mayor Butch Pulpita. So sa iyang panahon, atun aptan pag si mong dad.
Yes, so
problemado gid sa wakil.
Yes sir, sadly, yeah.
So you have to make a choice na dapat i-terminate ni, and then what made you decide? Sorry to question this but the capacity on niya sa government kay kasagaran na ba gusto gyud private lami kay mas wapong performance sa private over the public. How can you assure the residents of Borbon?
Answer, I view the local government of Borbon Mangod as like something like mura og silbi company nga kanang we are always recreating, we are always improving our services every day ba, despite among kanang kakulangan sa amuang mga tawag ani kanang resources. But wala jud ko mag-think of what challenges we will face yun, because I'm very confident nga regardless of what happens, we will really kanang solve this water crisis. Una kanang I also want nga kanang to improve the amuang services, mo taasad ang income sa amuang lungsod, because if we have better water services, of course maybe businessmen will come here, but nagitoy percentage sa joint venture agreement that they will give unta supposedly to the LGU, but after pila to 5 or 6 years of operation, after 5 years of operation they have to give like a certain percentage, like more siya og 12 and then 10 and 8, di siya constant nga number. That's why I can't give the exact, but ever since yun, after 5 years, even 1 peso siguro the LGU wala pa nadawat. Back then ang ilahang excuse was kanang because wala man ma-turn over ang kanang murag rights to the water sources to them, which was not kanang stated in the joint venture agreement. Not really kanang positive tanan, daghan kayong nalipay, but nagyapoy challenges nga they still need pagyud nga kanang asa naman ang tubig, asa naman ana. So kanang, but I could say nga it was better kana compared to katong among previous water provider.
even how good you are, pag gusto ka palitan, di ba?
Yeah.
So, palitan ka. So, and kami naman,
Yeah.
we don't seek, kung ano yung nahawalan kami sa mga tao, because even the way they handle the maintenance work now, it's also back to chaos again. So, and as I've said, we are now dealing with our legal process now. So, I just let the lawyers do their job naman for this project, kasi hindi naman kami fly by night. So, we've done it since 1995 pa. And I used to own Laguna Water. So that's in Manila. So yung dati mga municipality pa yung binyan. How can they collect that one? Number one, they don't have the database.
Okay.
Number two, how can they collect? How can they collect to the people that you don't have a basis for? Diba? Kailan sila? They took over, I think January 20 something.
Yes.
So February, they announced to people that they should not pay with us. But there are a lot of people pa rin, Ramil, that they still believe with us. But of course, they're so afraid because that's the mayor, di ba? So yung iba nagbabayad pa rin, especially talagang yung may alam, no? So, and hindi lang kumikibo yung mga tao. But that's not the question of vacating or not, di ba? Number one, you must have a court order.
Okay.
Mag-secure siya ng court order, di ba?
Yes.
Number two, show us a proof, Ramil, if that property belongs to Borbon LGU, if they can show us that that property belongs to them, tomorrow we'll vacate. And I spoke to the Sepulvedas. They told me, si Brino Sepulveda, the son of Butch Sepulveda. He told me, Arlene, huwag kayong umalis dyan because hindi yan tama. Yung ginagawa sa inyong panggigipit, etc., etc. So, alam naman natin na yung ginagawa nila.
May problema talaga. You're not paying na the 15% yung share ninyo for the last
years. Kaya nga siguro, ganito nga, Ramil, kasi tignan nila muna. They're focusing on the asset that is supposed to be turned over to us day one. We have a lot of Saling Tubig projects. They have a lot of Saling Tubig projects. Ito yung mga facility that was actually given through the ILG. Nandun sa CA sa concession agreement. Kung merong mga ganyan, may default, etc., diba? You have to sit down and talk about it. Tignan mo na lang yung concession agreement, dapat yung asset. Yun ang NWRB, just for the permit. Ilang beses na kami na-issuehan ng cease and desist, yung not to use yung mga sources ng water. Kasi out of the 17, 4 lang yung meron. And up to this time, nag-usap tayo, we're being penalized. Kasi nga hindi nakaka-apply tayo ng permit. Kung walang permit, kailangan applyan ng permit. And then yung mga facilities, wala sa aming itinurn over. Nagbo-board meeting kami for the past 3 terms si Noel, diba? So 9 years.
Wala talaga.
Noel did not deliver anything at all. And then now they will ask us to say, why don't you give us the 15%? It says there you have to turn over because that is the basis, Ramil, of the payments for the concession fees.
Okay.
But how can we pay something na wala naman turnover sa amin?
Yeah, I got your
Yun yung
point.
matagal na namin sinasabi, Ramil.
Yeah.
This month, we're about mag-11 years na kami.
So, yung issue sa kasi pinuntahan namin yung mga tankers doon. Medyo dami ng lumot, ma'am, at saka dami na din
Tangke? Oo.
Mga tangke.
Anong tangke? Kaya nga, isa yan yung sinasabi ko sa'yo. May mga facilities dyan na actually there is not even one, Ramil, asset that was transferred to the private sector, to us, to SAVS Borbon, okay? Wala pa. Because wala kang ginawa yung Noel. Hindi niya transfer sa amin. May malalaking facility dyan galing Saling Tubig. Hindi namin magamit.
Yeah.
Because siguro pinakita sa'yo, ito yung mga, hindi naman namin yan under hindi yan sa amin.